All right. Good morning, all. Welcome to Coffee and Craps again. Here it is on a Thursday. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and start off like we've been doing with Brian's 4-roll challenge. I'm going to do this for a long time, by the way. I'm going to keep working this out. It's a good way to kind of get my rhythm in the morning. Somebody asked me yesterday over chat, why only 4 rolls? Like, what's the point of doing this for 4 rolls? If you're a controlled shooter, they said, why limit yourself to 4 rolls? And I asked Brian the same question over chat. And he reminded me, he wants pressure. Like, he's doing this because even as a controlled shooter, right? You're still holding the 7 off by like 1, right? You're not like looking to get 40, you're looking to get 8. And he's like, I want to put pressure on myself to get 4 box number hits quick, make my money quick, show a profit quick, and then be able to play with that excess profit on the long roll. But I want to get in and get out quick. More so, not so much to get in and get out quick, but more so to relieve the stress, right? Come out here and get the pressure on yourself right away and operate like you're shooting a free throw at the NBA championship. Like, really have to sweat it out and see what you can do. And that's what he's doing. He's trying to make us better shooters by putting us on the spot and forcing you to roll 4. It's less about the strategy than it is about getting 4 good rolls. And that's what he was telling me. He's like, the strategies are fun. And I asked him, you want me to run the same thing every day? You want me to run something different every day? How do you want me to do this? And he said, do whatever you want, but it's less about what you're doing here. It's more about getting 4 good rolls. That's what it's about. So focus ourselves on the rolling, not so much on what's happening here. What's happening here is fun and it's entertaining. And, I'm going to try different things and sort of find the rhythm that, what's the best 4-roll rhythm, but I'm really trying to throw some numbers here. That's the point of it. For me, when I come in here in the morning, I don't warm up. I literally have my coffee, I walk downstairs, and here we go, live. So I've thrown 0 dice today. So for me, these first 4 rolls are super high pressure because I haven't even started yet, which I think is good. It makes me have to think, concentrate, and kind of get my hands right. So here we go. We're gonna go with a quarter on the pass line. I'm gonna go 320 across. So that's $50 per spot. And of course, for the quarter, we're gonna get 5 nickels and go 60, 6, and 8. And all I'm gonna do here is take my 4 shots. I'll have a nickel chain. My rack will be in the middle here. I'm gonna take my 4 shots. I'm gonna reinvest every one. So we're gonna be, this is my bankroll, not the come. We're gonna be off on the come out. Let the pass line bet rain on. These will all pay 70 on the inside. I'll take the nickels and grab hardways and all the hits. But otherwise, I'm gonna actually press from the outside in, get the 4s and 10s up, get the 5s and 9s up, and we'll end with the 6 and the 8s up high, and that'll be the goal. Take 3 hits, reinvest every dime of profit onto the table. On the 4th hit, the money shot, we'll get out of dodge. Here we go. So my first roll is gonna be a roll where I kind of assess where I am today, right? So it's a come out roll. I don't care if I get a 7, obviously. I'm gonna set my favorite set, which is my 2V set when I'm working a regular toss, and just nice and slow, get them out here and see what we end up with. We're gonna get a Yo 11, which is nice. Or is that a Yo 11? Yeah, that's cool. I'll get a free quarter for that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take that quarter right now. I'm gonna get the nickels for it. I'm gonna pre-grab the hardways. These will be off, by the way. They're all gonna be off. I may even take both nickels that I've got here and really jack up the 6 and the 8 for you. And take that first one, just get the whole thing reinvested. Again, we're still coming out. Trying to assess what kind of thrower I'm gonna be today, we'll see. That first throw was not great. Velocity was good, but the spin wasn't awesome. Neither was that one, but we'll take it. That's aces. We're gonna lose our pass line bet, which means now I've got to come back and take this money back, which kind of sucks. I got to go off the hard ways and go back in the pass line with my nickels because I blew it. So there we go. Let's try it again. Very, very inconsistent first thing in the morning, as you'd expect. That was a better throw. All right, that's going to be a 4 and a 2. So our first point here will be a 6. I'm gonna take my nickel, grab the hardway version of that, and here we go, our first of 4, hopefully, inside shots. And again, I'm running the 2V set. I'm looking for outside numbers if I can get them. I'd love to press the 4s and 10s up first. little bit of a hard shot there. That's a 5-5 hard 10. Unfortunately, I'm not on the hard 10. That ace is really kind of hurt because that would have been a nice little spiff there. But this 10 is going to pay 100. Now, I'm not doing the VIGs here. I'm just going to pay straight up. I'm going to go ahead and press up the 4. Actually, going to press up the 5 and 9. We're going to work our way inside. That was hit number 1. Here we go again. Dice are going to be out. That was a really sweet throw, but we go upside down, 4-3-7. That throw looked awesome out of my hand, but a little too much action off the back wall, and down in flames we go, 4-3-7. So again, the adding pressure coupled with the not warming up and not being like in tune with where you are, that's a bummer. It's a huge bummer actually. But I love this challenge. I love waking up in the morning and having to kind of just get my brain right and start throwing right away. That pressure is cool. Maybe what I'll start doing is getting some warm-ups in beforehand, but I kind of like coming in here cold and just seeing what's going to happen. So there it is. There's a 7 out today. Bad throwing, but I say bad throwing, bad results. The throws actually felt really good. I actually liked how they all left my hand. Every throw left my hand good. I think I just had too much spin on the last one. So back to the table we go here. Back to the screen we go. And I say good morning, everybody. Good morning. So here we're going to be on, let's see, let's get to the announcements because there's a lot of things to really kind of talk about today. Let's go, make sure I get the right screen active. Sorry about that. All right, let's go here and hopefully you can see that screen. Good, announcements. Again, Craps Chat Sunday. There's been some really good talk, by the way, in the chat rooms of the Discord about what we're going to talk about on Craps Chat. There's people want to know about how we play the ATS. Do we play the ATS? Side bet strategies that we do on ourselves. Lots of good ideas for things. I think Jacob's going to join us, which is great. So that's cool. I'm looking forward to that, Jeff and Skill, on Sunday night at 6 o'clock Eastern, or Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern Sunday. It's been a while since we've had one of those, so I'm looking forward to hanging out and just talking BS with everybody. It's going to be kind of fun. The wagermethis.com giveaway. Don't forget, go to wagermethis.com to get signed up for Jacob's giveaway. Got some cool stuff there for sure. He's not asking for a lot of money. He's asking for, $2 or $30 for the donation levels that he's got. And again, he's looking to promote his friends who are actually the #1 axe throwing team in the country, which is kind of cool that he knows somebody who's #1 ranked in anything. That's kind of a neat thing, but they're axe throwers, which is even cooler. And if he raises enough money, it'll be Wager Me This on the back of their shirts while they're on ESPN2 throwing the axes. It's cool. If we can help him out, let's help him out. Go to wagermethis.com to get signed up for that. Friday Night Fights tomorrow. I will show you the app here in just a second. Let me actually switch screens here. I'll show you the app. I want to go to the full screen share, I think. Hold on. Where's the full screen share? Table, second monitor, full screen. Okay, let's go here. Here's the app. So the Heads Up King of the Mountain app is done. One thing is wrong with it. It doesn't work live. So this works locally on my machine. When I deployed it out live, the logins don't stick, but I'll give you a sense of what the app looks like and how it acts. So when you're here and you're logged, I'll log myself out and I'll show you how the app works. We're gonna get logged back in. So we're gonna log in. It's gonna take you to Discord where you're gonna sign in with your Discord account. You're gonna give it permissions. Say, yes, I authorize Discord to use this application. All it is just giving me your username. That's all that it does. Then you're going to go to the, and I'll make a link for this, Heads Up, Heads-Up. And here you are. You can see who's in the queue, right? And who's playing the next match, right? So the next match is going to be Steel Legion versus Demon Dog. Now, this is, of course, all fake made-up data. But you can look at an old match. Click on an old match. It'll tell you the date, who dealt it, where it was, what the score was. There will be actually a summary. Like, we'll let the dealer summarize what happened, and you can get details about each match after they've happened. But here would be the next match. So let's pretend that this match happened, and let's say that Jeff is the next man up. We click. The dealer will click on Jeff's name, and it will put him into the queue. I'll show you how that works here in a minute. But there's your queue, and now that I'm signed in, I can sign up, and you'll see it puts me at the bottom of the queue, and it says thanks, I'm in the queue. So Once you're logged in, you just press the button and you're in the queue. And there we go. So I've got to do some error checking so you can't get in the queue twice. That's something I'm working on. And then if we go to heads up match, as dealers, we see a slightly different view. MATCH. We see a slightly different view of it where we can come in here and let me actually zoom out a little bit. We can take a match and edit the match, and I can actually put in the score. So let's pretend that Steel Legion won 647 to 310, and it was held tomorrow, whatever, at John's house. And John was the dealer, and we save that. Now you'll see that we get the score updated over here, and on the other side of it, of course, you'd see the score, and it tells you now Steel Legion is the king of the mountain. So when it's time for Jeff to play, all I do is I click on Jeff's name. He becomes the next match right here, and then we can edit the match and we can schedule it out for where it's going to be. So that's the app. It's working. It's up. I just got to get it launched to the website so you all can come in here and do the other screen and get yourself signed up. So by the end of the day, I'll provide a link in Discord where you can come in here and click the sign up button, get yourselves in the list. I'll clear the list out. It'll be a clean, empty list, and off we go. So that's happening. So this is done. Like I said, after the show today, I'll launch this app, and then you guys can come sign up, and we'll have an actual schedule for the Friday night fights. Finally, I'm super stoked to have this thing. And again, I'm going to hope for most people who aren't YouTubers do this. I'd like it. I mean, it can be me and Buckeye and all the normal characters, right? And Jeff and everybody else, but I'd rather it be you all. My wish is, our wish is that we have all of our subscribers and friends playing this, not so much just the 8 of us that are always been doing it. So let's go ahead and get in there and get it done, guys. Let's get this thing signed up. So there's that announcement. What else do we have to talk about? Let's see. The Sideshow Gamble Challenge is happening. So obviously the HGS 4-roll challenge every day. Today I blew it. Fine. I'll get better at rolling, I promise. Sideshow Gamble has the great challenge. I love this thing. The pass the rack challenge is freaking fantastic. I think what a cool idea that was. It's been passed around quite a bit now. I think he gave it to Dice Degen. Dice Degen gave it to Midmo Yo. Midmo Yo gave it to Mike at On Point Craps. And I'm going to review each day what happened a couple of days previous because I don't want to give it all away. But Mike from On Point Craps ran it, and he was given $2,000 or $1,000, I think. Yeah, you're given $1,000. And he ran the Whalen ladder. He ran the 410 ladder. So Mike, actually, you were given $2,000. I'm sorry. He was given $2,000, and he ran the 410 ladder. Which I have two things to say to Mike. Right, number one, welcome to the big side. Right, like he was like, oh my God, I'm betting with $2,000. I don't normally do this. Right. So you're leaping into the deep end, right? When you're given a $2,000 bankroll and told to basically win $1,000, it's hard. And he ran one of my favorite strategies, right? Wayland and I both will scream to you all day long about the power of the 4 and 10. I love the 4 and 10 strategies. I really, really do, because they especially when you add the hard ways to it, they just make good money. So Mike ran the 410 ladder and crushed it. He crushed it, and he called somebody out after he won. So Mike did win his 50% plus a little bit, and then he passed the rack. I'm not going to tell you who he passed the rack to. The person he passed the rack to has put a video out with their rack and their shootout. I have not watched it yet. I know that it's out there. I'll be watching it this afternoon, and tomorrow I'll be reviewing that person's rollout. So every day I'm going to kind of do a quick little recap of what happened the previous day. So tomorrow we'll look at who did it today. What I'd like for you to do, everybody watching this live and everybody who's going to watch this at some point later on, is connect with and subscribe to all the guys, right? Because when they're running their challenge, you should be. The whole idea here is for everybody to watch these things as the videos come out. So hopefully we can build up some steam on these challenges, and we'll see. So yeah, tomorrow. I'll review today's video. Whoever ran it today will do that. So that's going to be tomorrow. I really love this challenge. I think it's cool to pass the buck around. I think it's fun. It was a good idea by Chris, and we'll keep it going. Chris is sweating his what's off out in the desert right now. So he's watching vicariously and hearing through emails and stuff what's going on as he's out there in training and maneuvers and whatever else it is that he does. So there it is. All right, let's go and recap yesterday. So yesterday, I actually changed. Actually, after yesterday's debacle, I made a new thumbnail for the video called "Ugh," and it was a horrible day for me. Right, my rollout in the morning sucked. It was actually a good rollout, but I did the math wrong on the hot bets. So I made money, but not as much as I thought I did. Then I went and I tried to roll out the pass line with max odds, which was fine. I tried to roll out Waylon's ultimate inside strategy, which didn't go so well because I ran his inside ladder, not the ultimate inside, which is what I intended to do. I'm going to run the ultimate inside today. The other strategy that I'm going to run is going to be the perpetual or the permanent press. All right, and what I want to talk about with that, I'm going to jump in here a little bit, is these big bankroll plays. And the reason why I want to talk about this is for two reasons. Okay, one is this. I want to examine what it looks like to use your bankroll as the hammer and not your strategy. These are both going to be strategy plays, right? We're going to play inside numbers and we're going to bet and press and do our thing, right? There's a strategy to that. But really, what I find interesting, and I said as an educator and as a player, I find it interesting how these two big bankroll strategies work in terms of they're just basically playing math. They're basically just going and they're just going to play forever against the 7. They aren't really targeting numbers. They aren't doing any kind of weird press moves or pressing collects or same betting. They're just using the bankroll as the tool to beat the 7. That's what they're doing. They're just like, we don't care about the 7. We're just going to bet more, bet more, bet more, bet more in certain configurations and hopefully come out a winner at the end because we've outlasted the 7 with money versus outplaying the 7 with some kind of, cockamamie strategy. That's the idea. So I think these are interesting to look at. Whether you'd play them or not depends on your bankroll, number one, and whether you want to play this way, number two. I'm not advocating for or against either of them. It's just, I think it's interesting to use the bankroll as the weapon, not your brain, which is what most of us fall into the trap of trying to outthink the game. There's no thinking. You're just doing your thing every single time, and that's it. So that's that. We're gonna, as always, I'm gonna keep running the pass line with max odds as a thing on every single one. I have a bankroll set up with that because I think it's important to have a good control, right? A good mathematical based control. We're gonna run a $10 pass line with $100 odds on every single shooter. Everybody's goal here is the same. We're all trying to win 250. We're all starting with 5,000, or actually we're starting with 2,500 today. And that's it. That's the whole thing. We're going to try. I'm sorry. I will bump the bankrolls to 5,000. We're starting with 5,000 to win $250. We're looking to win 5%. Little tiny win. But we're going to use our bankroll as the hammer. We're not going to care about anything else. We're going to outlast the casino with our money. That's the strategy. So we're going to go to the table here and I'm going to roll these out. Give me a second to get the roll tracker up and we'll get this thing pumped out. So let me get to the table. You should be seeing the table here in a second. There we go. Okay, there's a table. That's the wrong view though. Table with the KPI. Where's my KPIs? There we go. Okay, now let's get over here. Let me clear the history. There we go. I'm gonna go out here. Give me a second to put the racks out, and we'll get bugging here. So rack number 1, the up top player. I'm gonna put that guy here. He'll be crossing over the 10. That's gonna have to be okay with you. He will be playing, this guy at the top is gonna be playing the perpetual, the permanent press. The guy in the middle will be playing the ultimate inside strategy. I'm gonna try and get the racks where I can fit everything else in there. And the guy at the bottom is gonna do the pass line with max odds. All 3 bankrolls are in view. They've all got 2,500. They really need another 2,500 to make it 5,000. I should have done that earlier because I want to make sure we have enough room in here. If these two happen to go south, I want to make sure that we've got room. So let's go ahead and make sure, I'll do a quick little bit of math here, make sure I got the right bankroll, but there's going to be 2,000, 4,000, 5,000 in each rack. The person on the end there was missing a black. And I think we're okay. 3, no, he's not. All right, cool, let's get going. So the one thing this guy here is gonna need some change. He's gonna have to get, I'm gonna give him 50 in reds and 50 in greens because he's gonna have to make that minimum size pass line bet to get out of the gate. So there's gonna be his chump change, essentially. There's his pass line bet. He's gonna be the only person working. Actually, Waylon's working to come out too. So the inside strategy here, he's gonna go 110 inside. He's gonna get 90 change. And he's gonna work the come out rolls all the time. This person here is gonna ladder up on a loss. He's also gonna power press his wins. We're gonna press up the wins and we're gonna parlay the whole win basically and go up by 110 every single time on a win and go back down to base after a second win. Obviously laddering up his losses. It's the way that Waylon always plays it. So again, he'll go 110 inside and he'll be working the whole time. Okay, this player up here is gonna go also 110 inside, the same thing, $90 and change, but will not be working the come out. So he's gonna go 110 inside and not work the come out. He's just gonna be there waiting for it to happen. So I will mark these bets as on. These bets will be off, and that's gonna be your note. This guy here is following the puck up top, and that's it. We're gonna come out. I'm not gonna set and throw. I'm just gonna randomly toss this thing and see what happens here. But again, the point we're gonna make all day is this idea of playing to win with your bankroll, not your strategy. There's no use this to press that and grab the hard ways and jump in. We're not gonna do any jumping around, right? Simple. On a win, we parlay the win. On a loss, we go up one level. On a subsequent win, we jump back down to base. That's the whole thing. You're looking to win 2 in a row here, right? If you lose it, you bump it up, you get a win, you parlay it, just the win amount. You win that, you go back to base. That's it. There's no other thinking here. This is gonna work. If it works, it's gonna work because you've got this. You can do this a number of times and eventually, hopefully, beat the casino with math or with time or with whatever you wanna call it. Time and bankroll is on your side in this strategy. Back here, we're literally gonna press this bet by 22 bucks every single time. That's the whole thing. Now, yesterday I had problems with the math on that, only because I was trying so hard to get it right and get it right fast. It made it a mess, right? So today, I'm gonna show you something here. Hold on, let me get I'm not sure if you can see this. I'll show it to you later. This is an app that I wrote last night. I'll show you the app, actually. It does the calculations for me for this strategy. So if I do have a mistake in dealing, we'll know what the mistake is, and I can always tell where I am here. So I'm gonna actually put in the app that I'm starting out with 5,000 bucks, and I have a 110 inside action, and it will tell me what to do as we go down here. So here we go. Coming out, first point, hopefully, it's gonna be a 4-2-6 is the first point, all right? So here's what's gonna happen. This guy, puck's there. Our pass line with odds guy, 10x odds. He's just gonna go to 10x odds, $100 to win 120. Back in here, he's gonna hopefully rock the town all day long. That's the goal here. He can be out of here quick, right? He gets a couple of wins, he's done. He's had his goal super fast and he's home watching us play. Here, this person in the front is gonna get paid right out of the gate, right? That 30 is gonna get paid 35 bucks out of the chute. And what he's gonna do is press this up. He's gonna drop 75 bucks out here and actually go to 110. Or 220. We're gonna bump right up to 220. Boom, parlay that win, get those things up. And on his second win, you'll win 70 bucks and come back down to base and repeat that process. Okay, that's gonna be basically up and down, up and down, up and down in here, okay? And again, we gotta monitor our bankroll to know where we are at all times. We always have to keep an eye on how many blacks we've got so we know when we're at our 250. Okay, part of this process, the thing you have to think about is knowing where the hell you are so you know when to stop, all right? So with that said, everybody's working, puck is on. There's a 4 and a 1, that's a 5. And I'm not roll tracking. So my fault here, let me get the roll tracker going for you. I totally forgot to do the roll tracker. So it's gonna be a 4-2-6, and then a 4, 1, 5. I'm going to move this over to the table so I can get to it. There we go. All right, so 4, 1, 5. As we know, 50 over here, that's going to pay 75 for 5. And we're going to come back down because that was a parlayed win. So we come back to base like so. And if we color up as we run these things back to our rack, it's going to make it easier to know where we are. I'm going to take a quarter out of here, and he's got 200 bucks in green. I'm going to put this right over here and grab 2 blacks coming back to the rack. The reason why I'm going to do that is this. Bankroll is secured. He's got $20 here in profit and 110 outside, or 110 on the field. So 110 plus 20, he's got 130 in profit because his bankroll is already back to clean, which is kind of cool, all right? This guy over here is getting his first hit of 35 bucks. We're gonna do a 22 inside press back here. So I'll take these back to the rack. For that, we're gonna go ahead, actually I'll take the green with me and I'll put the quarter or the nickels out there. I'll get the 5 whites here. I'll leave 2 out there and we'll bring $3 back into the rack. And he's gonna go ahead and press everything up. He'll have 36 on the 6 and 8. He'll have 30 on the 5 and 9. I'm actually gonna log a win on the app. There we go. This is not gonna go super fast, but hopefully it's gonna go where we win and we can see again. I'd like to see some loss if we could get it. That would be awful nice. There's a 5 and a 5, hard 10. We can get some losses that will show how these things battle. That's what you'd like to see. There's an 8, a 5 and a 3. That's an 8. So what happens here on the front, that pays 35. Okay. Waylon is going to take this and ladder it up, or he's going to parlay it up. So he's going to have to drop a quarter. Sorry, that's 25, not 35. Drop in a quarter or 100 to get quarters. And we're going to press everything up. This is a really aggressive move. You're going to parlay every win like so. Now again, these are going to pay 70 coming back if it works out. Okay, here at 36 on those things, we're gonna take our win, and these are going to get paid 42. In the back. And once again, this player here is going to 22 inside pressure. So we're gonna have to get him some more nickels for this quarter here to make it work. We'll take 1 nickel back. And we'll get them all pressed up. It's gonna be 35 on the 5 and 9. It'll be 42 on the 6 and 8. Like so. Okay, and he's now set. He's got 42 bucks on each of those numbers, or 35 on each. If another win comes, obviously we're gonna win 50 and keep on rolling. So there's their 538. And again, we're looking here at this point, what he's got is a little bit of profit. This guy's got about $77 in profit between the 2 hits. What's out in the field, what's here collected, and what's in the rack as a whole. So he needs a couple more hits to get into actual profit town. Next roll, 538 again. Repeater on the 8. So here, 50 pays, and again, we'll do it again, 75 for 5 to make it nice and easy. And we're gonna come down a level. Like so. And again, we can look at the greens that we've got here. There's 100 in green. There's 3. There's 4. That'll be 200 bucks. Colored up coming back. Plus the 10. That's a quarter there. And over here, now you're at 125 bucks in profit. So he's halfway home already in a couple of hits. This person here is still waiting for that 6 to happen before they can power up. And over here, that 8 is going to pay 50 for 1. We're bringing that back to their rack. And they're going to also repeat the process of pressuring up 22 bucks. So we're going to, again, roll up $22. That's going to make these now look like $40 on the outside. Okay, and the insides, once we pressure them up, if you see me lay this out, that's going to be a 48 each on the 6 and the 8. That's how that's going to play out. So 48 on the 6, 48 on the 8, 40 each on the 5 and 9, looking to win $56 in the backside there. All right, next one's coming. There's a 6 and a 3. That's a 9. Over here, the 9. We'll play the outside or the UIS player first. He's going to get paid $35 for the 9. Okay, and again, I'm going to drop 100 to get greens. I know I'm going back and forth with the color here, but I want you to see kind of the rack status where he's at. He's going to press by 110 and take the quarter back to his rack, just like last time. Pretty simple strategy to follow. You're not really doing any thinking. You're just going up and you're going down. You're going up and you're going down as you play it out. He's looking for one more inside hit to call it golden. Okay, back in here, that 9 is going to pay $56. There we go there. And again, we're going to press back up again, back in here, another 22. So we're going to take a quarter out of here. I'll rack the rest up in the rack here. We're going to get 25. And once again, I'm going to press these up by one unit each. I'll put the money behind and we'll make the change. These are going to now go to 45 on the 5 and 9. Nice and easy there. On the insides here, the $6 added on top. That's going to make these look like 54. So I'm going to get a quarter for the nickels, like so. And there we go. We're at 54 there, and we're at 45 on the outside. Okay? And here we go. Did I log that in? 639? No, I did not. 6 and a 3, it's a 9. 527. Okay, there it is. 7, ouch. 527. All right, so what happens here is this. The player in front's going to lose. He's going to have to come back now. We are at 2 units here. Okay, everybody's going to lose, by the way. We're all out of money. The player in front is going to lose. This is where the bankroll comes in to be your friend, right? We're going to lose here in the front. He's going to come back at 330. He's going to be at 3 units on each number, coming back out of the gate. Let me get him set up because he's going to be working to come out. Watch it battle back. There's 300, 25, 30 coming out. Now he's down in his rack again, but that's how we do this. 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, so he's laddered up from 2 units following a loss. He's going to take a win here and go up another level and then parlay back down, and then reduce back down to base. After, if we can get 2 wins in a row, he's going to be doing great. Back in here, we have to match what we have out here. Okay, this is where the math comes in. So you have to know what you've got in the back to come back out to it. Okay, so we've got 150, 175, 180, 185. I'm sorry, 190 rather. 190, 195, 198 coming out. So I need to match 198 out of my rack. I'll get $2 and change for the 200. I'm going to put those bets right back up where they were so that we can see them. All right, I'm not going to take them down. I'm just going to keep them where they were. For visual sake, it just makes it a little easier to kind of handle. But we paid for it out of our rack. So there we go. We're back to the same level that we were before. Off we go. Again, off here, on here, new come out, pass line. So I'm going to go ahead and mark Waylon as on. The puck is going to be off. Want that inside number if we can get it. There's a 2-1-3. Bummer. Pass line player will lose a little bit and go right back out to it. That's a 2 and a 1. There's a 3 and a 1, that's a 4. So our point's gonna be 4, which is good. You know, when I'm betting the box, I love the outside numbers as a point because they take forever to get, which means hopefully we can get a bunch of hits in here. This player here is in good shape. If the 4 does repeat, that's a sweet win on the odds back there. It's gonna be it's gonna get him right back in the game. Here we go. Dice are out. 415, that's beautiful. So 415 in the front, that pays $105. I'm gonna pay it in greens because we're gonna have to do a press. 105 in the front. He's gonna drop a nickel and press everything up 1 unit. It's actually at 120 on the 6 and 8 and 100 on the 5 and 9. So you press up after a win. You're basically parlaying the whole win, and then you're gonna go right. If we win here, we're back down to base, and we're gonna be super clean, okay? Back in here, the 5 at 45, right? That's gonna pay 35 plus 28. So 55, 35 and 28. 63, sorry, 63. There we go. All right. So again, ladder it up. He's going to go right back up and drop. I don't have enough money to do it. I don't. I do actually. I'll take 10 out of here. So there's $10 coming out of my rack here. That'll make 22. All right. He's laddering up. Got a lot of ground to make up over here for this player. He's got a lot of work to do back here. But the nice thing is that now we're going to be at, you know, for at least a minute, we're going to be at comfortable betting levels. We're going to be at 60 and 50 on the outsides and insides. There's 60 there. There's 60 there. We'll take away his whites. And now we're both rolling again. 415, did I mark it in? I did not. 4 and a 1. And there's a 5, 4, 9. So perfect for this player here, right? This player here, it's all coming together, right? That 100 is going to pay 140. And he's going to come down all the way down to the base level. So we laddered up following a loss. We took a win and parlayed it. And we back all the way back down to base. I'm going to get him color for all of this coming back. So I think he might darn well be at where he needs to be. Let's take a look here. We've got 100 right there. There's 350. Make those look like black chips. Okay. In his rack, there's the starting bankroll. Oh, wrong player. There's a starting bankroll. There's profit. So he's at 150, 160, 165 in profit after having to put all that money back out there, battled it all the way back and is showing profit. Beautiful. That's a beautiful result. Here, 60 pays 70. We're gonna take everything to the rack. We're gonna press by 22. I'll drop 2 and take a nickel back. And again, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Now we're at, on the outsides, we're at 55 on the outsides, and we are at 66 on the insides. Cool. Let's get some color here for the greens. I wanna see how close this guy is to being even. He has 200 in green. So, if we do a quick evaluation or a quick little bit of math, he's got 3 black chips here in the front of his stack. He needs $200 more to get back to even, okay? You've got every bet out here has a $50 base. So we're at 200 in base bets out here, plus the cap. So we're at 225, we're at about 250 on the felt, and we got about 65 or $35 here in the rack. So he's about $100 up. If I take this down, it makes his rack clean. plus about 125 or so dollars in profit. He needs another hit or two to be at the 250. Hope that's clear, right? You got to make sure that when you're doing a strategy like this, you're doing your math as you're going, so you know where you are with this, plus this, plus this, all that adds up to your overall bankroll. You got to know. That's why I wrote the app for it, to let me know what the math is. What's my actual bankroll at this moment? All right, let me log the 9, 5, and a 4. And there's a 6-5 yo, which does not matter. Nice to have a roll where there's no math happening, right? Let's get that 4 to pay off. I want the pass line guy to get a win here. 5-1-6, 5-1-6. All right, so the player in front. Where did that come from? I think that's this guy's money. I don't know. Shoot, I left it there as change. I forget whose money. I think it's this guy's money, but I'm going to put it aside. I don't know where it came from. I'll leave it aside. I'm not going to try and cheat the system here. So 5-1-6 again, 35 in front. That guy's going to drop. Well, he doesn't have 75 bucks. We'll drop a quarter or 100. I'll take the quarter back to his rack and let him get 4 quarters back. He's going to parlay that. Okay, so he's set with a leveled up bet everywhere he can go. This guy back here is going to get paid, we had that right, 66, yeah. 50, 66, that's going to pay 72, 77, 66 pays 72, yeah. All right, 50, 60, 72. On the back side, racking the greens, pressing the pennies. All right, he's looking stout. 72 to pay 84 coming up. These guys. All right, 639 was logged. Let's make it happen. 617. All right, awesome sauce. 617 out. Everybody gets their ass kicked. This player here is going to have to go again to the 330 level to get caught back up. Let's see if he can do it. That's going to be a tall order for that player. Okay, he's going to have to, again, get 2 in a row to make it work. So there's 330 to come out at 3 units. He's going to ladder up following that loss. And he's going to be working. Okay. Of course, our pass line player loses again on that 4. And back here, we have to add up and see what do we have in action. I'm just going to drop it out of the rack here in action. And this guy's going to be down for a second, okay? He's got 50, 100, $200 in greens. And he's got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 64. So he's at 264 on the felt. It's going to go 2, 50, 65. We'll pay it up with a buck change. So he's even, and he's down quite a bit. If you look at his rack, following the 2 losses. Now, what you do here on this strategy is you basically, you don't ladder up, but you replace where you were. This strategy is all about getting yourself right back where you were after a loss. And so he's had to chase 2 pretty big ones, but a couple 2-3 hits in here, he's going to be probably okay in his rack. So let's come back out. Look at our pass line going. We're going to come out to a new number. It's going to be an 8. So again, because we're working here, let's get his odds back there. Because you're working, that 8's going to pay 105. Right there, because it was 90 bucks on the 8. He's going to drop a nickel, and we're going to parlay that win and get them all jacked up. I'm just going to use greens instead of blacks because hopefully we're going to get that win and be able to ladder straight back down if we can. It's a 6 and a 2. I'll mark up the new point. I didn't log the 7. My bad. Let me go change the 8 out of there. That was a 617. And then we have a 628. All right, now we're cooking with gas. All right, here we go. I think I'm still in the right thing. Sweet. Where's them dice? Let's do it. 426. All right, awesome. So here we get paid again 140. So it worked, right? This player in the front did the big ladder, right? They chased the loss. They got a win. They got a second win after a parlay. He's back, right? So Waylon is all the way back down to base, right? Again, here you're not worrying about the 7. This is a thing where you're using your hammer as your bankroll. You don't care about the 7. You're just going to play couple in a row, couple in a row, couple in a row, and before you know it, you've got profit, right? That's the whole idea here. So I'm going to color him up as we go to make it nice and easy. There's a quarter for the nickels. I'll take all these greens. And there's 100, 200, 350. And again, like last time, it's a 450 comeback. 450. So let's see how that changes the rack back here. There's the original bankroll. If I take those plus that, that's another quarter. If I take a quarter from his profit side, that's another quarter. Now we're at 225 in profit. So this player here is essentially done, right? Because we pull this down. Take 100. Now he's got 335 in profit. He wins goal. Goal today was 250. He's at 335. Ultimate Inside Strategy wins first. They're done. That person can totally stop playing. They made their money, right? That worked perfectly. We beat a couple of 7s, battled ourselves back. It exactly happened like it should have. You take a loss, you ladder up, you parlay the win, you come back down. He did that exact move twice. Boom. Profit town. Doing great, okay? This guy over here hadn't done a whole lot yet. Waiting, that's a 426 by the way, waiting to get a pass line when we've gotten beat twice on the pass line. We're on a good number here. I think that bodes well, okay? And now with a 6 over here, we're at $72, right? This is good, right? That's gonna pay 84 bucks over here. And now we're able to bring some money back to the rack with each hit. We could start electing to press up by bigger amounts. I'm going to stick with the 22 until I get to 160, and you'll see what I mean, or until I get to 110. So you'll see how that rolls out. But let's go ahead and press by another 22 bucks. So I'll take that 25. I'll get nickels for it. I'll leave 22 out there and bring the rest back to the rack. Okay, not enough here to get a black chip just yet. So the way this is going to work out for this guy is this. He's got five reds on each one. So this is going to both go to $75. Both going to be at 84. All right, there we go. Boom. Everybody back here is set. Again, waiting for that 8 to come out and hit. Let's do it. 516. Still waiting for a pass line hit. Okay. But up here, how does this pay? Again, 35 times 3. Or 35 times 3 plus this. So 84. Let's see, it's going to pay 98, I think. This is improper. Yeah. No, it's not. It's not. 84. That should be, I don't know why I'm having the math problem here, but okay. Come on. There we go. All right. So that's 98 coming back. And what we're going to have to do, Howard, is do some math, right? I'm going to do a little bit of quick addition here and see. First thing I'm going to do is press the 22 and bring all this back. I want to make sure that we're not at goal. We might actually be here. We might be home. Let's take a look at where we are. If I press those by 1, that's going to be at 50, 60, 70 bucks on the outside. If I press the insides by 1, these are going to both go to 90. The 6 and the 8 will be at $90 each. All right, so we're at 90 and we're at 75. So now if we do the math on what's at the table, and if I color up what I have in the rack, I think we might be home. There's 100 in greens. Out here, I've got 150, and 150 is 300 plus 180, right? So it's going to be 300 plus 330, right? So there's going to be, actually, I don't know why I have an extra green here. So I've got 330 out here, plus I've got, so if I bring this 330 back, I would be at even in my bank, plus 30. So we're still not there. This guy still needs to get another 2 hits to make it work, right? He's still, because we had to go back so heavy last time, he's going to be at about $100 in profit because he's light 300 and there's 330 out here. So bringing this all back gets his bankroll even plus about $100. He needs to get another hit to make this work. So let's get him going. It's going to be, it was a 5 and a 1, by the way, for that last 6. Here we go. Hey, finally made the point. Good. Oh no, we didn't. That was the last point. That's a 3-1-4. It doesn't matter. Sorry, PJ, your pass line player didn't get paid. I thought that was the point from before. There's a 4-1-5. Okay, 4 and a 1. That's a 5. This will likely do it. This is going to be 105 on the payment. And if I bring everything back down, we should be within spitting distance of goal. I think we're going to be at like 480 when I bring it down. There's 330, 430, 435, which would be 135 in profit plus 70 bucks. We're not there yet. We're not quite there. We have to do one more hit to make it work. That's a bummer. I thought we could get it done, but we can't. One more press for this guy, and then we'll hopefully be finished. Again, we'll take the 25. I'll get nickels. Bring a nickel back. Quarter to the bank. And everything goes up by 1 unit. All right, so we're at 80 on the outsides. We're at 96 on the inside. Looking for that 8, man. Where's that freaking 8? 325. All right, so the 325 is going to pay, that's going to pay 112. And now we're done. This player here can be finished. We'll bring all this back. And again, I'll color him all the way up. And we'll talk about what he did to make this work. I think this is interesting. Yesterday, he had an easier time than today. There's 2 quarters. If I bring these greens back. I like to see them fight the 7, though. It's kind of fun to see these things battle back pretty hard. Again, there's 350. He's bringing back 450 to the rack, and his rack is clean. There's 250, 275, 300 actually, and whatever this is, 5. This is pennies here, but 311 bucks. So he finished the race 2 rolls behind the ultimate inside strategy. They both worked the same way, though, right? When we're still in the 8 ball. I'm going to try and get this guy to win. They both work the same. Like, in the end of the day, what happens is, and there's a 325. Did I log that in? I did. At the end of the day, what happens is you don't care so much about the 7 because you're just going to keep following up, right? It doesn't matter if it comes or not, because the way that the ultimate inside chases that loss and then parlays that win, it isn't like you're worried about it because you have the bankroll to keep doing that over and over again. Sure, you could run into a run where that happens to you 7 times and you're going to be screwed. There's the 8, finally. Let's pay him off here. 120 back, 10 in the front. Not quite to even. If I color him up, he's going to be down a little bit because we got two kind of fat losses back there. There's 50, there's 50. There's the 100 for that. He's actually down $100 today. Yesterday he won 250 super quick. Today he's down 100 in the same amount of rolls. Rhythm of the table it will get you sometimes. But what I was saying was these other 2 guys don't care about the 7 because the strategy is, well, the 7 comes, just make the same bet that you had out there, take 3 hits. 3 hits following a 7, you're in profit every single time. With this strategy here, 3 hits after a 7, you're in profit. Here, 2 hits after a 7, you're in profit because you parlay and you come down. So it's about rhythm. This is about finding those clusters of inside numbers. You get 2 or 3 in a row, you're in profit. Following a 7, 2 or 3 in a row, 2 in a row, you're back to profit. So this is all about numerology versus luck versus anything else, right? You're just bringing 5 grand to survive multiple 7s. We only had to survive 2 today, and it worked out for our favor. I think both those strategies as quote unquote big money game players, big money plays rather, are fine. Let's go back to here. All right, so that was fun. I got bogged down to math for a second there with doing the 1 payout, but I think it's interesting. Would I play this way? I don't know. I don't carry 5 grand to the casino with me all the time, so probably not. But I do like the fact that you're kind of playing the casino's game against them, right? You have a lot of money, and you're playing for that almost like the edge on that thing, the way you're doing that. It's kind of cool how that worked out. So anyway, both the big money strategies worked because they had big money, because they could chase the loss and fight through it. That's good. The pass line player today didn't work out so well, but honestly, we had 2 points they missed, 1 point they made. That's about where you expect to be. The next one probably would have evened them up had they made the point. It's good to have that control in there, I think, to see kind of how that player responds to the rhythm of it. And there's that. So, all right. I think that's all I've got. I'm going to go check the chat and make sure there's nothing earth-shattering in here. Look for questions for me. I don't see any questions. 300 Club says, did I see the video that you did by request for Chris? I did not see the video. That was when Chris yesterday asked people to do the power press thing. I didn't watch it. Not yet. I didn't watch anything really last night. I was working on the app all night last night, and so I didn't watch. I'm sorry. I want to show you, by the way, the app that I wrote here. Let me pull it up. This is the app that I was at the table with today. Let me zoom this in for you. Actually, I'll go over here. Because Vince would be interested in this, I think. This is the ultimate, or this is the math around the permanent press strategy. So instead of having a chart, I wrote an app that does the calculations for me. So basically, I say if I'm starting out with $5,000 and I'm going 110 inside, it tells me my bankroll is 5K. In the rail, I've got 48.90, and in action, I've got 110 inside. If I win, we win 35. We press by 22. We collect 13. I have 132 inside, and now my bankroll is 5,035. And if I win and I win and I win, you can start seeing where you go. 5 wins in a row, you're at goal, essentially. If you lose one, we're at 220 inside. Our bankroll goes down, right? We got to put that 220 back out there again, and then you got to win twice to get caught back up again, and it'll show you kind of how you play out. So this thing does all the calculations for you just by pressing loss, 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 win, 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 and get yourself back to where you need to be. So I wrote that last night to kind of help me through this thing today. I'll refine it some, and if anybody wants to try that strategy, this will help you deal it better and know that after each win, you're pressing whatever you're pressing, and you can tell your dealers what you want to see. I want to see 990 inside. Take the win, get to goal. So there's that. I know that's super boring. Oh, you guys, I actually didn't show it to you. What a dumbass. I'm sorry, folks. There it is. Let me show you. Let me show you the app. Here's the app. I'll refresh the screen. So this was the app that I'm talking. This thing, I wrote this to help me with the. If I was going to place it at a casino, $5,000 with 110 inside, and it kind of tells me what happened. So if I just press the win button, I know to $22 press. There's my new action. If I win again, it's 22 press, 20 come into the rack, 154 inside. If I lose, it rebets the 154, and my bankroll is all changed for me. When I hit the win button again, it knows to track me, and I can lose that and win, lose, win, lose, win, and we're at goal. And that's kind of how this app works. It just kind of helps you see where you are instead of having a chart to follow. Just press the button and it tells you where you are. So this is going to be, I'll refine this again so it just makes more sense for us to use it. If you're interested, Vince might like this to help him run the thing at his table. So that's it, guys. It's 9:10. It's definitely time for work, but yeah, that was fun. That was a fun day. A little bit cleaner rollouts today. It was actually a better rollout than yesterday. Yesterday's rollout was a monster. I think I had 1-7 out of 30 something rolls. It was stupid because you couldn't help but win, right? Today was more realistic. I had a couple of, I had a 5 or 6 and a 7, 5 or 6 and a 7. It's much more closer to reality the way they played out today. So I was happier with today's rolling. Still, the dealing for me is I'm still working through it, whatever. I'm not a dealer, I'm a player. So there's that. That's it. Why am I not on a crap check? I never burn money. That's why. I don't do it. I don't do crap checks. I'm sorry. I feel like it's a bleed. I just don't. If I do it, I do it for big. And like I say all the time, the outpacing of the 7 and the 11 to those craps numbers makes it not worth it. You're gonna, over time, the craps checks, you're gonna lose more than you're gonna win on the 7 or the 11. It's not worth it. I don't care about losing $10. $10 pass line bet, I could give a shit. That's a drink. If I'm $100 in the pass line, I might be thinking about it. Yeah, right. I hear you there, Vince. It's all about, that's a big money play. That's a perpetual go. You can get into having $3K on the box if you lose enough times, which again, you're right. It's a marker play for sure. You're not going to run around with that kind of cash, but it's fun. It's fun to me to watch the big money strategies play out because again, it's not press this, press that, grab the thing, do the field. You're not doing craziness. You're just throwing money at the problem, and eventually it does work itself out, and those things work pretty cool. I think it's kind of fun. So to me, that's a good exploration of how does that work, and why does a Whalen or why does the Dalen Bear system work? Well, you watch it work. You can see the math play out in front of you, right? That ladder up, the parlay, the comeback, that's 450 coming back every time we do that. And I think if you can survive it, if you don't get 5 7s in a row, which I've thrown, you're going to be most of the time okay. It's kind of cool. There it is. All right, Dr. S, you're welcome for the live stream. I want to throw it back to you and say thank you. California Craps Club, thanks for saying this. Yeah, much better than yesterday. I love doing this, and I love doing it more because I look at the screen, my stats. There was 38 people here at one point. There's 22 of you now. You all love coming here. I love doing it. Whether I suck at dealing or not, I don't care. We're having fun and talking about the game, right? It's all good. And I think there's all kinds of reasons for us to, my wife says to me, how do you think of stuff to talk about every day? I'm like, I don't. We just talk, man. So thanks for coming. I appreciate all of you, every one of you, even the guys that hate me. Appreciate y'all too, because it makes me better, right? Being challenged makes you better, so I appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. James, you're right. No iPhones at the table. You can turn your back on the table and use your phone, or you can keep your phone under the rail. Or if you're doing it at a roll to win table, or if you're playing at a bubble craps table, your phone is totally fine. So if you're gonna play that kind of a strategy, totally fine to do at most tables. Just don't have your phone over the table. They don't love that so much. So there it is. Y'all have a great day. Great chat, guys. I have to go back and read the chats now. It's always fun to see what you guys say after the show because I never can see it during the show. So, all right. Y'all have a great Thursday. I'll see you later tonight or tomorrow. Have a good one. God bless everybody. Bye.